I didn't believe anyone had a hero, but some people think that everyone has a hero. Well, that's what most people think. You see, I know not everyone gets to take security, support, stability for granted. I never did as a child. I moved 83 times by the time I was 18 years old, and at the age of 17 was renting a small room and supporting my 15-year-old brother. I had dropped out of high school and was working 3 jobs to support us. That's when I got the call. They said it was the Oprah show. I laughed and I hung up. They called back and said they had found me as an exceptional teen from Minneapolis. Let me just say, I never felt like an exceptional child. I felt like a young, lost, often scared girl trying to survive. It was early spring and they wanted to invite me to fly to Chicago in August, to be put up in a hotel room, order unlimited room service, and get a ride in Oprah's limo to and from the station. The date would be August 26, 1986. Was it fun? Sure. Did it change my life? Not exactly. You see, this was 5 days before Oprah went national. The Oprah producer had called 3 safe houses, one from Minnesota, one from California, and one from Illinois. From each, a girl was sent to tell our story. Why did we run away? Why did we live on the streets? Why did we drop out of school? What was wrong with us? Do you ever feel like people are asking the wrong questions, judging and assuming before they have all the answers? It was hard to be on the show. The audience was not loving toward us. They filled in the blanks of our stories with judgment and assumption about who we were and why we were runaways. The one girl on the stage, wiser than I, when we were asked, wouldn't you rather be at home than living on the streets, said it's a lot easier to be abused by a stranger than someone who's supposed to love you. The truth was none of us were runaways. And in a world where most people assume that your hero, your mentor, your cheerleader, your support, your stability, your encourager is your mom or your dad, for the 3 of us, we did not have parents like that. We left our homes because of untreated mental illness, addiction, anger, violence, abuse. You see, what happened after the show, it was what happened after the show that changed my life forever. I remember Oprah said goodbye to her audience members, and then she came into the green room to visit with us for over an hour. She shared her own stories of struggle, abuse, lack of support, having her dad tell her to calm down. She was a woman and a Black one at that. She shouldn't dream so big. She talked about her uncle's abuse and hopeless days. But then she looked me in the eyes. She saw me. She spoke to my heart and my soul. She said, you can be anything. You are exceptional. You don't have to let your past or other people's labels of you being dumb, sexy, invisible, worthless define you. You can become anything you can dream of. I'm sorry your mom is mentally ill and won't get help. I'm sorry you lived in a garbage house. I'm sorry your dad was a drunk. You can still be anything you dream of. What made this experience so powerful was the first time that I was seen. I'd always thought of myself as an it child, invisible, the middle of 7 kids in 8 years. My 3 older sisters hung out and my 3 younger brothers band together. But I was always alone and left out. It was why I learned to make friends quickly, plus moving all the time helps with that. But this was the first time I truly felt seen, valued, and poured into. I'm not so into the word hero, but for me, Oprah was a light in my life that was so filled with darkness and hopelessness. Someday I pray that I will see Oprah again, only to say thank you for your words. Thank you for seeing me. I became who I was meant to be. There are so many lessons I have learned along my journey about not judging or assuming. Every week I hear a speaker say how lucky we are to have parents that are awesome, that save the day, that show up at the last minute. I know that is so many people's story, but it's not all of our stories. Today, when I write or speak, I try to share simple concepts that I truly believe can change the world. My last book, The Pineapple Principle, is based on a poem I turned into a principle because I believe that we all have a story behind our story. I know so many people feel alone and lonely in this world. I believe that if we stand up straight and look people in the eye, no one will feel invisible anymore, and that is a very sad place to live. I know that if we wear our crowns and we see other people's crowns, we will feel more valuable and treat others as well as ourselves. I know that if we are sweet on the inside, encouragement, kindness, and love will come through our keyboards and through our mouths, and the world will be a much happier place to live. Oprah became the brightest light in my life, and I hope someday, in some way, I'm the brightest light in someone else's life.